AKWAABA.
MURAKAZA NEZA.
Herzlich willkommen. Welcome back to our channel.
Once again, it's been a long time. So it's been a while, but we want to get to posting a little bit. So we thought that today we're gonna share the story of how we met.
Yes.
Story time.
So I feel like you guys need to know us a little bit more, and we never shared how we met. So yeah.
So we met, and the thing is, in the beginning, I don't know why we felt a little bit ashamed because we said we met online, but how we met was we met on Tinder.
Tinder, the Tinder swindler. Okay,
no. No. So we met on Tinder,
Yeah.
and it's really crazy because there's so many small coincidences and things and decisions made leading up to us meeting on Tinder that if even just one thing was off, we wouldn't have ever met in this whole life.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm not like no shade to Tinder, but like I was never really for Tinder. Like I used to think like online dating is like weird, but we'll get into that of how I thought about it and stuff like that. But yeah. But thank God, right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Anyway,
okay, so let's just set the scene, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you say it? Set the scene?
Set the scene.
So when we met, it was the beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
Like first got like in contact with each other.
Yeah.
Not like meeting.
No. Like when we met on Tinder.
Yeah. Okay.
It was the beginning of COVID. So just to like give you guys a little bit of background, at that time I was living in a different city that's like five hours from here.
Yeah.
And
5 hours from me.
Yeah, depending on which transport you take, you know,
True,
7 hours. Like it was a long way. It was far, and that's where I was going to uni. I had been living there for like 3 years, and now we live in Mannheim. He's been in Mannheim, and my parents live in Heidelberg, which is where I grew up and where I'm from. So, but usually around that time of year, I was not supposed to be in Heidelberg because the semester was still going. I wasn't supposed to come home, visit, nothing. So usually I would have never been anywhere close to you at that time.
Yeah.
But then, it was like many things like coming into play, which is the beginning of COVID. It was like January 2020 is when, or like even December 2019, but like January we started hearing. Oh, anyway, so it was like the beginning of that year is when we started hearing more about COVID cases, and then oh my God, the first COVID cases in Germany. And then back then, nobody was taking it seriously. Everyone was like, it's gonna be like the swine flu. Okay, we all survived, whatever.
Yeah.
You know? So at first, we were all making fun of it, but it was already getting a little bit of that vibe, right?
Yeah.
But then, that's one thing. Then, at the same time, I have, I was sick the year before, and I was getting sick again that time because like just from a chronic illness that I have that I don't really need to get into right now. But so I was like having a flare or whatever, and I knew I had to go see a doctor. And I was like weighing my options. I was like, if I go to see a doctor in where I was living, and then they send me to the hospital, I'll be stuck in a hospital in this small ass conservative town, which I knew for a fact you had to pay for the Wi-Fi in that hospital. So I was like, no, let me go to my hometown where I've already been. I know my doctors and everything, and if I have to stay in the hospital, I will be there, you know, and I'll be.
So you telling me they don't have Wi-Fi in the hospital?
Look, I looked it up, okay? I went to that city's hospital website, and they said you can get Wi-Fi for 10 euros a day.
Okay, all right.
And I was like, so because I had already been in the hospital in my hometown the year prior, I was like, okay, if anything, I want to be there. It's close to my parents. It's home. I know my doctors, all that stuff, right? So, plus, my dad was getting to me, and he was like, just come because we never know what happens with this COVID thing, and I want you to be here instead of being alone in your university town. So I packed my stuff. I thought I was going to be there for 2 weeks. Fast forward, turns out I never went back, but whatever. So I come to my hometown. I end up being in a hospital for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
And that is when COVID like hit. Like that was the first lockdown, the hard lockdown during my time in the hospital. So I couldn't even have visitors, like nothing. I was so lonely, man. I'm not gonna lie, I was so lonely, and I was so bored. Like so bored. Not gonna lie.
How bored?
Like so bored. I was so bored. So I mean, of course, I'm on social media all the time. I didn't have uni stuff to do and all that stuff, you know. So I was like, you know, might as well go on to Tinder and talk to a couple people.
Okay.
So that's when I like started going on Tinder, and I mean, given the situation, of course, I wasn't trying to meet anybody. I was just trying to have a distraction from just being there the whole day and being bored, and so I was like, just let me go and feel good about myself, because some people want to talk to me. You know what it is, you know. So, so that's how I ended up being in Tinder in my hometown, which is close to him. Otherwise, I would have been so far away and probably not on Tinder.
So she would have been at her uni. There's no chance that would have been even the proximity of where I was. But her hometown is Heidelberg, which is like 15 minutes with the regional like train. So it's not too far. So like it's probably in the proper proximity for me to like connect. But while she was doing all that stuff, it's the pandemic time around this time, and I was injured. I came to Germany because I was playing professional soccer here, and I got injured, got an operation. Now I'm stuck in an apartment with my roommate at the time, as well as my teammate at the time, and we're bored as F. You know, like, but I'm okay with this. Like, I don't know how people are going crazy with this whole COVID situation. I'm cool with like chilling at home. I'm a homebody naturally, so I'm cool with chilling at home, watching movies, binge watching Netflix. I was cool with that. During this time, my roommate at the time was like, got Tinder again because he was on it a while back, and he just reopened the app, and he would just keep telling me during like lunch or whatever we had dinner, all these stories about different girls he matched, and like, oh, look at this, the conversation he's having, and I'm just like, bro, you're tripping. Like, I don't know, like, it's funny. It was a good like story he was saying when we was having, and we was enjoying talking about it, but then he kept telling me like, bro, get on Tinder, man, get on Tinder. Everything's closed, COVID, pandemic's happening. You can't go out anyways. You're injured, your knee, you can barely walk. Like, I was like, yo, kept telling him like, yo, I'm never getting Tinder. Like, that online dating stuff is like, why? Weirdos, you know what I mean? Like, you can't meet somebody in person, like, talk, like, I don't know, but I was just like, nah, I'm not doing Tinder. Like, that's not for me. But he kept saying it, and I was like, all right, dude, because it was getting annoying a little bit, and I was like, all right, okay, look, I'm gonna make it. So we made it together, actually. But then
wait, did he help you choose the picture?
No, him. No.
Okay. I was
like together meaning like he was like, okay, I want to see you do it. So then I got an app and I downloaded it for proof. Yeah. Okay. And just to see like how much people I'll match or something like this, right? Yeah. So that's really how I got on Tinder. And I mean, like you said, it's crazy because she's always in her uni, and that would not even been a thing of us even getting close to matching or anything like that, because she's so far away, like 5-7 hours from the train. But because she came back to the hospital in her hometown, I think that's where everything like began. Yeah. Right?
And it's so crazy because when I think about it, look, it's so many things that if one of those didn't happen, we would have never met. Even on a bigger scale, if you would have decided not to play soccer in Germany but a different country, you wouldn't have been here, you know? If I didn't get injured,
which like kept me here, because if I was still like healthy, I would probably weigh my options. Like, it's COVID right now, nothing's going on. I can go back to the States, maybe get a team there or train there for a little bit, then come back when this whole COVID situation has settled down. Because that time, like, no one really knew how long this is gonna last or like the situation about it. So it's so crazy. So her deciding not to go to the hospital and coming back to her hometown.
Even me, being sick, having to be in a hospital. If I didn't, and I would have just chilled at my parents, it would have been a different story too.
Yeah.
I would have just been at home, talked on the phone with my friends. That's it.
And then me staying in Germany, decided to stay in Germany and do my physiotherapy and operation in Germany. instead of going back to the States and doing all these things. So all these little small things led to like
to us being on Tinder. And then, so now we're both on Tinder and we're within the same radius, right?
Yeah.
So we match.
So I was swiping, like I said.
You were swiping. Yes. Let me see if somebody will match me.
That's my roommate. He'll close his eyes and go, yes.
No.
But no. So then I was seeing like, here and there little things, something. But then her picture came up, right? I think the first picture was, are we gonna show the picture on here? No. So anyway, I saw this picture of her, right? And she was holding like a little drink, and I don't know if it was like her skin was glowing,
Is it the one that?
And he was wearing like that African skirt.
Oh yeah, that was me.
The African print, African print skirt, and I was like, yes sir. And I was like, let me see another picture. So I started again. Let me see another picture, and then I think it was like you at the pool or whatever. I was like, okay. She's a little outdoorsy, you feel me?
I am not outdoorsy.
Let me tell you how I felt, right?
The version that he created in his
She's a little outdoorsy. I like a little bit of nature. I like a little adventure, you know what I mean? So then I swiped again. What other picture she has? Then she had another one where she was holding a little like wine or whatever, right? Classy lady. Okay. I like that. Nice African, embracing herself, embracing her culture. Outdoorsy, a little adventurous, classy as well. Not too bad. She liked to find like architecture things in life.
Architecture thing? What? I had a drink in my hand.
Let me say what I said. That's how I felt. So I was like, all right, bet, definitely, I'm talking right. How was it with you?
I was like, I was swiping. I was taking a lot of screenshots of weird profiles to send to my friends. I'm gonna be honest about that because some of these people that you see on Tinder, it's weird. Like I'm sure like women too, but like some of the people on Tinder, I wonder like, what are y'all thinking? Does this work for you? Cause
it's Tinder, man. Like,
yeah.
I honestly feel like people like don't take it serious like that because they know what Tinder for.
Yeah, that's true. But still, does that work for you?
I don't know.
Anyways, so I was just there, I was looking, I was like sorting out some people, and then like every now and then I would like, match with somebody. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I like matched like a couple people, and I was like talking to somebody, like talking on Tinder.
Wasn't me, guys.
Just calm down. So like before
I'll tell you why it wasn't me. But go ahead.
No, like I was like how do you say like Tinder texting? Like it's still in the app.
You're texting.
Yeah,
man.
But still in the app.
Oh yeah, still in the app.
Still in the app.
Messaging.
Yeah, I guess.
In Tinder, yeah.
Like with a couple people, but usually it's like, hey, how are you? Good, how are you? And then like that's it. The conversation is dead. And then I actually stopped being on Tinder after we matched. Mm-hmm. And that's when you texted me and I didn't reply for 2 weeks. So that's her side of the story, right? What happened was, like I said, I stopped, I got off of Tinder after I swiped yes to her, right? And me too, I had a couple of, things, that I was like messaging or whatever. Nothing serious. I had no intention of meeting anybody. Like, honestly, there was no game involved. I was just like, let me just talk to people. Like, it is what it is. Everybody's locked down. Let me just talk to people. So then it came on my phone that we matched, right? So I was just like, yo, bet. All right, he was
cool.
So happy.
Nah.
He like, oh my god.
So I'm gonna read out what I said.
The message?
Yeah, I'm gonna read out what
I actually really liked his message. But the thing is, he was mad that I didn't reply to him for like 2 weeks.
Wait, she's over here talking to other dudes, entertaining other dudes. But
as if you weren't talking to a girl.
Let's get to it. I was doing an interview with other people. I wasn't talking to them. I'm telling you what they do for a living, why you here, what you're studying. So, I was keeping everything professional. You know what I mean?
Because that's what Tinder's for. Okay.
So, so I was just like, yo, what can I say to her? Honestly, right? So the first message I said was,
it's such a basic sentence. I'm sure you wrote this to other ones.
I swear I didn't. I swear. If you check the other messages, this will not be there. This will not be there.
No, I'm not checking.
Come
Honestly, I
on.
don't even want to check.
Anyways, so I wrote her, I was like, feeling pretty lucky to have matched with you. How are you today? Come on, guys. Come on.
No, okay.
Feeling pretty lucky that I matched with you. How are you today? That says a lot in itself. That means like, thank you for being so like, gorgeous that we have matched. Thank God we have matched. That's read between that's what it says. And then I asked, how's your well-being today?
Okay, calm down.
So I'm considering. I'm considering you and your feelings and your soul.
Okay.
Take that if you want that, guys. Take it for yourself. Ladies, take it for yourself too. It's free. I give it to you. So then I sent her that. And guess what? With that beautiful line, that beautiful quote that everybody should be using, that Instagrammable quote, 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks.
But that was 3 weeks.
Anyways.
Nothing. She did not respond. I sat there at my phone looking at it. The sun went down. The sun came up. The sun went down. Nothing. How did you feel?
Okay, so the reason that I didn't reply for 3 weeks was that I wasn't on Tinder anymore at that time. And it's not because I saw it and I was like, no. And then later I was like,
talking to other dudes.
Can't hurt, No, I just wasn't on Tinder that time anymore, right?
Yeah.
So, and even because that time I was like released from the hospital, I was staying at my parents, and I was like dealing with a lot of stuff, okay? So then I took a break from social media and stuff, which honestly is very valid. Yeah. So then I go back to Tinder and I see the message. I'm like, oh, okay, hello, because I remembered you specifically. I was like, yes.
But you didn't even, how did you feel when you saw me, my pictures?
When I saw you?
Yeah.
Okay, look, listen, I'm not gonna lie, I have a little thing for football players.
Oh gosh.
So he was just my type, I'm gonna say.
Oh my goodness. After all I've said, hey.
I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Okay, go ahead.
So, but when I saw your pictures, I really liked your hair. Really like. In the picture, it was still, the locks were still short, but I really liked your hair. Yeah. And I really like that one. Like you have pictures, but you had a boomerang in it too.
So I'm different. Okay. I'm different. I'm him. Go ahead.
I like that one because it gave him a nice little chill vibe, and I really liked your picture. I mean, look at you, you're good looking. So and I'm gonna sound so basic, and that is not the reason that I matched you, because I actually really liked your pictures. But also, it didn't hurt. I was like, African from the US. I don't know why that's a thing to Europeans. It just is. And football player. I was like, okay. And he's like, I'm a professional football player. I'm like, okay then. Let me be a...
Be your what?
Let me be a...
Yeah, what?
Spielerfrau.
Oh gosh.
How do you say that in English?
Footballer wife.
Yeah, let me be a footballer wife. That was my intentions in matching this guy.
So she was for the bag. She wanted the bag, guys.
What? No. Listen. No. Take that back.
Take it back. Take it back.
Because the thing is, even when I was younger, when I was, when you're what time do you start being interested in guys? 13, a little bit, getting crushed here and there, I don't know why, but I was always into football players. Also, there was this movie, Wilde Kerle, and I had a crush on that one actor.
It's the vibe. It's the vibe of everything about it.
Then I really liked your pictures. I don't remember all the ones you had in, but you had the one that you're what's it called? The Stone Mountain. You had that one I like, so I was like, okay. Same thing actually. I was like, okay, he's going for hikes or whatever.
Outdoorsy, a little adventure,
I like the one by the pool.
You know what I mean? I like to take a little
actually,
shrimp.
we had similar pictures.
Yeah. What can I say? Perfect match.
Okay. And you had the one that from when you were celebrating your graduation with that shirt, right? And I don't know, man. You just cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you say when you came back on Tinder? What was the message you wrote me?
Honestly, I don't remember. I think I was saying, hey, sorry for the late response. Because I know I apologized. I was like, hey, sorry for the late response. I was like off of my social media for a while, but how are you doing?
And honestly, I respected that. I was like, when it came on my phone, it popped up, I was just like, wow.
It was in his feelings.
All right, now you want to text me. Like, I'm sitting around waiting for your text message. Like, I'm a great guy. Now you want to text me? Wow, okay. So then I looked at it and I was just like, you know what? She's cool. You know, the way she said that was, you know, I took it as like, that's a nice response, you know? So then I proceeded to write something to her. I was like, hey, no worries. I'm kind of new to this anyways. I feel you though. I'm doing well, can't complain. This whole quarantine stuff going on is pretty crazy. Anyways, without sounding cliche, I must give you a compliment and say that you're very pretty. Were you born in Germany?
What a question.
So, my thing was like, you know, just speak to her normally and be like, yo, you know, I'm fine, can't complain, everything's cool, the weather, yada, 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 yada. And then also be intentional and just be like, look, man, like, you're very pretty. You're very pretty. Yeah, you're very pretty. And I just want you to know that. So you know that, like, hey, I am feeling you. There's no hidden agenda. There's no this and this. I just want you to let you know that I'm feeling you, that I think you're pretty. Yeah, but at the same time, like, I just want to get to know, like, was she born in Germany, or she's also maybe an American, or maybe or African, because I saw the skirt, that was the print.
And I get that a lot.
You know, so it's like, I don't know what it is, or if she is from Germany, okay, cool, like you know. So just want to ask questions so she can pass them to respond back to. Take that note, guys. Get a question to get to know her.
Keep the conversation going.
Keep it flowing back and forth, back and forth.
And I said, oh, okay. I don't know.
First of all, she didn't reply again for like 3 days.
Okay, but now you're reaching.
Damn, that's crazy.
Calm down.
I'll be responding on that day. That's crazy. That's
but
wild.
This is the first messages we're exchanging. You're not entitled to nothing yet.
That's wild. You know what she was doing, guys? Talking to them other dudes.
You need to calm down.
While I was waiting.
And now you've been having my phone case for the past 2 years.
Madam, read your text.
So then I was saying, like, yeah, it's really crazy, the COVID situation. Let's see how all of this plays out. And then I said, thank you. No, I was born in Rwanda. But like raised in Germany mostly. And what about you? So then you said, like, we were talking about a little bit about, you know, the corona. He's like, did you have corona? I was like,
trying to make a joke, you know.
And he's like, you can be honest with me. You can't. I won't tell anybody. I'm like, dude, listen. That time he didn't know about my situation and how I was sick, because that made me like an extreme risk patient for the whole COVID situation. Because like, so I was there. You probably have not seen another person more cautious in this whole thing than me and my family. Yeah. Like, it was crazy. I know we're like talking a lot and this video is gonna be long. Yeah. But like, it was crazy to the point that my mom, she works in a nursing home, right? My dad and I were both risk patients. My mom, she worked with risk patients, but still she was the only one leaving the house. So cause back then we didn't know about COVID like how we know now, you know? And all we knew was like, that shit's dangerous and we need to really be careful, cause, you know, so I mean, thankfully, of course, really grateful for that. We have like a house, we had like enough space to also be separate, you know, a little bit to ourselves. And my mom would use a different bathroom than my dad and I. Like, we were like so cautious. Yeah. Yeah. But he didn't know all that at the time. And he was like, so did you have the virus?
When I said it, I even thought about text, like, let me just say I'm joking at the same time. Maybe she does have it. Like, it is serious, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And then he was like, you know, I was born in Ghana but raised in the US and been in Germany for about 7 months, which I liked because immediately that's something that we have in common. We've been born in our respective African countries and grew up in a Western country, you know? Yeah. So then, I don't know. Do we need to go through all of that? Or we're just like talking about, I was like, no, I don't have it. Do you? And then why'd you move to Germany?
I think that's one thing I really liked about her. It's the little small things. It's like, yo, she keeps the conversations going, which I like that.
know about you. I'm not going to talk to you the whole day and not even know like who you are.
And I was really big on it. I was like, man, before I even get to like even start talking like that, I really want to get to know this person.
Yeah.
And just talk to them. Who knows? We could be like cool friends, but just really just get to talk to. Honestly, and I was loving the conversation. Like I was just like, yo, like
I was like,
we're really getting to know each other, like
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
Anyways, so yeah, then we've been talking a little bit about uni
and this like
get my degree.
But this talking is like a good time because it's like every day.
Yeah.
That's why I started to like pick up like, this is kind of like strange because the other people that I matched or just in general, like talking to somebody is like usually you don't talk every day because again people playing that game of like hard to get or like that.
Like you didn't reply for 2 days, I'm not gonna reply for 3 days.
And also
you took
like
4 hours, I'm gonna take 6 hours.
And also like the conversations don't be like
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also the conversations are not like back and forth, and like we were really trying to get to know each other, which I really appreciated. So it came off natural, came off smooth, and it was just like every day. And if I woke up, sometimes I would see she wrote me in the morning, and I'm just like, yo, that's dope. As dudes, we I don't know, it's the simple things. We love that. Like, yo, okay, she wants to like talk to me. And then also me, some days I will text you in the morning, but it was always give and take.
But that was also later on. Now you go in.
But we're talking though.
Yeah, but then now. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so then we've been like messaging on Tinder for a couple days, and then he says, "So, Miss Emelie."
Yeah. Then I was like, okay, it's cool, but come on, Kwadwo, you gotta salt bae some little sprinkle of game, you gotta show her that like you different, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like,
because it's so different from other people asking for somebody's Instagram.
It's the way I did it though.
Okay, so he was saying, so Miss Emelie, which I'm sorry, is that the Southern thingy in you?
Respectful.
Okay.
Respectful.
You seem really cool, and I know you've been staying off of your social media.
Factuals.
But is it possible for me to get your Instagram or Snapchat?
Factuals.
And then he did the little laughing smiley that has a sweat drop here, and then he did the little. So then I was like, sure, what's your Instagram? Because he only asked, is it possible to get you? I was like, sure, what's yours?
Yeah.
Because.
I thought she was trying to play me because how girls like, what's your number? No, let me get yours. And then you give them yours, and then it's like, I swear I thought that. I was like, wow, she's trying to play me. Wow. Okay.
No, honestly, my thing was, I wanted to look at yours first. Mm-hmm. But I think it was private.
At that time?
Yeah.
Probably.
Anyways, right? So then you're like, I think I've asked for yours. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
exactly.
Okay, weirdo. Now you're pushing it, but okay. Then I gave him my Instagram. Mm-hmm. And then you still texted me here, but I never even replied here. He was like, should we play a game?
Yeah, but before that, I was like, in my mind, I was like, now I have your Instagram.
Yeah. How
could I get the conversation switched off from Tinder to Instagram without just writing and being lame, just like, hey, Yeah. I wanted to find like a unique way to get off of Tinder so we could talk on Instagram.
So like what he said was, he's like, okay, let's play a game, like to get to know each other better. And he's like, should we play here or should I slide into your DMs?
It's still giving consent, guys. It's still giving consent.
Love it.
For her to make the decisions of where do you like to be?
Where do you like to have that conversation?
To have that conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So then, I feel like we have to do this in a different video now because the video is already getting long.
Yeah.
So then, let's just say, he was like, or should I slide into your DMs? But little did he know that he is way too slow. And I was already sliding into his DMs.
So she slid in my DMs.
Because I don't have time for games.
Damn, man.
Yes.
Damn.
If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. I can talk to you.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that. But how did I feel then, though? That's the question.
Oh my god. That's the cliffhanger.
That's the
next
cliffhanger.
Video.
So who probably... Sorry, guys. This video is long. This video is long.
And we were like, let's make a 10-minute
Yeah,
video.
let's make it 10 minutes, but
Sorry,
we
y'all.
had to get into details so you guys get to know us a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to leave that next part of what happened on Instagram, how I felt about that.
Yeah.
And
then how we got to know each other
and went from there on to actually meeting.
Yeah, keep it in mind, it was still COVID.
Still COVID.
All of that. Yeah, so anyways.
Part 2.
Part 2 is coming up.
Yeah.
Y'all stay tuned.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell so you know when part 2 is coming to drop. And we will see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Peace.